Hey everybody, Scott with Tango Down Production. Bear with me tonight, guys. I'm a little bit tired, but I wanted to answer a user's question. He was concerned about 9mm ammunition for personal defense carry. 9mm is a good round. However, that is probably as light as I would ever go for personal or home defense. Some of the 4 rounds that I prefer, I really like, are the Spear Gold Dot 124 grain. That round is performed extremely well. The Corbon, you really, in my opinion, you can't go wrong with those either. 115 or 124 grain. The 115 grain Corbon is coming out of the barrel at 1,350 feet per second, producing 466 pounds of muzzle energy. That's pretty damn impressive for a 9mm. Federal Hydroshock, that's probably the #1 most issued round among law enforcement personnel across America. That and the Spear Gold Dot. The Hydroshock comes in 124 grain. My #1 round I love to carry in the 9mm though, if I can get it, is the Hornady Critical Defense Ammunition. That is really good stuff. It's coming out of the barrel at 1,140 feet per second, and it's producing some muzzle energy at right at 333 foot-pounds. I like that. And it expands extremely well. That's my thing. When I shoot a hollow point, I want it to do the job. That is why I like the lighter bullets. This is a 40 caliber. Corbon. It's 155 grain. I don't know what the statistics on this one are right offhand, but I know it's fast. It's a smoker, but it has great expansion, great penetration. That's what I like. This is the actual Spear 124 grain 38 special Gold Dot. That's what I carry in the Revolver. I love these Gold Dots. They are good rounds for the 38 9mm. Don't like them in the 40 because they come in 180 grains. That's too heavy. So talk about that another time. So anyway, those are the 4 that I recommend. Those are the ones I really like. Look them up. I think they got good statistical data on all 4 of those, performing really well in the line of duty. Real quick on my video today, I wanted to cover a compare and contrast with Revolver versus semi-auto for personal defense, whether it be in the home or on your person. Real quick with the Revolver, we're going to talk about the good things on a Revolver. This is empty. If I pull the trigger and I get a click, no bang, pull the trigger again. Simple as that. The grips, I could probably go to any gun show and find hundreds, maybe even thousands of different grips for this weapon system. And for the record, this is a Smith & Wesson Model 64-7 38 Special. It's got a plus P rated barrel on it. So, but this is a really good firearm. I really like this gun. 15 feet, it shoots extremely accurate. It has a fixed rear sight. Another potential downside to it. And the trigger on double action, I'm looking at about 14-15 pounds there, whereas in single action I'm shooting at about 4 pounds. So but I only recommend you shoot these in double action. That way you get used to it coming out of the holster or presenting it straight to a threat, because with 4 pounds on a Revolver, and when your adrenaline's up, that doesn't take much at all to fire that off. That's actually probably about 3.5, maybe 4 pounds. So not a lot of modifications I can do to this. It kind of is what it is outside of the grip. They do make springs. I could probably have some fancy gunsmithing work done to it, but it's going to be costly. Magna porting, I could put the Crimson Trace grips on here. Maybe have the trigger worked on and the action, but it's costly, and it's just kind of a downer, I think, for the Revolver. But the big one is, for the bad side on a Revolver, is reloading. So once you fired all 6 shots, I have to disassemble this firearm, tilt it up, use my thumb, eject the spent casings, and sometimes they don't always eject all the way. You got to pull one out sometimes, and then you got to take 6 brand new bullets. These are just fired shells, but and then you stick them in there, and you got to line up the 6 bullets with the 6 little holes. And and when you're under stress, that's not easy to do at all. Unless you're Jerry Miculek, it takes a ton of practice with a Revolver to become very proficient with loading and unloading under stress. So just keep that in mind. They do make lightweight revolvers, nub hammers, double action onlys. A lot of officers carry the Ruger LCR, the new Smith lightweight for backup guns. That's great if you're using it as a backup gun where it's like an oh shit situation, you have to go to it. I don't think that's a bad idea. But if your state has a requirement, maybe for concealed carry, you can't carry anything high capacity, so you're stuck with a Revolver, like say California, if you can get a CCW there. Good luck with that, but this might be what you're stuck with. So You know, it's not a bad firearm at all. I do like revolvers. I just think in the realm of personal defense, they're a bit antiquated, that's all. So, semi-automatic Glock. This is actually my high recommendation to people. It doesn't take a lot of training to learn the emergency action drills for this if in the event you do incur a malfunction. Almost all of them are cleared through just a tap. So if I'm here and I incur a malfunction, the tap, rack, assess. It's very simple. It's a gross motor skill. It can be done under stress fairly easy. Loading is also the same way. I fired my last round to lock back, drop the mag. It's a gross motor skill. Acquire my fresh one. I index it, come up here, right into the, and I'm back in the battery. Very simple, very fast. It doesn't require an extremely large amount of training to get that down. You could spend an hour a night dry firing in your living room and practicing this, and you would be extremely proficient very quickly. So, plus I can modify the hell out of this. In fact, I have. So I got drop-in compensator, 3.5 pound disconnector on the trigger, extended slide catch, extended magazine release, upgraded ghost ring rear sight. So I got tons of shit on this that I've put on it that make it a better weapon system. And with the revolver, there's just not a whole hell of a lot you can do to it. You're kind of, again, stuck with it. So, you know, so that's kind of, it is what it is. All right, guys, take it for what it's worth. I know a lot of people are kind of interested about my opinion on the matter. I like revolvers, I like semi-autos, but when I'm talking about something I want to save my life, I want something that carries, like this is a 10-shot magazine. I use this on the range, but I got 13-round mags for my Glock. That's over double what the revolver carries. So, you know, I want to make sure I got enough to get the job done if need be. And talking back about that, shot placement is everything, okay? So even with a 38 or 9mm 40 cal, you know, if you put the shot in the right place or several shots in the right place, you're going to do what you need to do to shut that machine down. I can't emphasize that enough. You want to create wound channels, inflict blood loss, crush tissue, break bone, and damage organs. That's what's going to shut the machine down. Behind me, I got Jimmy the Zombie. I'll kind of use him as a quick example. Okay, so right here is Jimmy the Zombie. You know, you got this, you know, this guy coming at you with the intentions of turning your skull into a sippy cup. So, you know, you're aiming for the brain pan here. But if this were just your average everyday person, you know, shot placement's key. You got all kinds of great organs in here in the center cavity. That's why I always teach shoot center mass and put multiple shots in there. You're knocking down the heart, you know, the lungs. You maybe get a shot in on the kidneys, the liver. All those are great shots. Even down low, you know. Pelvic girdle, a lot of veins, real vascular down in there. Maybe you'll get lucky and clip that femoral artery and bleed them out. So, good stuff there. But yeah, for Jimmy here, we're going for ocular cavity right here. We're trying to get inside on that brain pan. That's the central processing unit for this guy. So, but anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave any comments or any concerns you have, and I will answer them as best I can. Thanks again.